now. So, 30 seconds and you'll be live recording. Hold on.
Okay, so I want to mention I had a buffalo burger today at Sandy's Cozy Corner.
Did
I'm
you?
not going to ask you about that because I know that's a gimmick.
No, it was a buffalo burger. Yeah,
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
yeah, it's good too.
So listen, we since we got in trouble for posting music, we've got to come up with our own theme song for the show.
Okay,
So we got to start off with a little beat. I believe we're live now. I'm gonna. So you guys hum. I'm gonna do some sharing
okay.
while we hum our theme song.
I think we should start the show while you're fiddling over there.
You don't want to make up a theme song?
Well, you can hum it while I.
What's
give
the name of the
intro.
show?
The name of the show. Welcome, folks, to Funny Talk with Mongelli and Max. I'm Tom Mongelli.
It's Funny Talk. Funny Talk. Funny Talk with Mongelli and Max. Funny Talk. Funny Talk. Funny Talk with Mongelli and Max. There
Yeah,
you go.
funny.
There you go.
Funny talk.
Huh.
Funny talk. Yeah.
Funny, funny,
Yeah.
funny, funny,
Yeah.
funny, funny, funny,
Talk.
funny, 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 funny talk.
Yeah.
By the way,
it's getting wasted. Okay.
My
Yeah,
my rap name is Fatty Wop. That's W-O-P. So anyway, I'm Tom Mongelli. That's Doug Max, and our special guest for today,
Is
the incomparable Julia Scotti.
Julia Scotti. Everybody.
recently released from prison.
Oh no.
What did you get out for?
No,
Why did they let you out?
I don't know. Good behavior. Actually, bad behavior,
She
but they
walked-
thought it was good.
She walked out backwards. I thought she was coming in.
How you doing?
So, wait a minute. Well, you guys do your stuff. I wanna do my sharing here.
So I want to mention Julia Scotti has a CD out. What's the name of this CD? Hello Boys, I'm Back. This is
Yeah,
her
hold
CD.
it up. Can
You can't really see.
No,
it.
because the lighting in here again, it's they're
anyway.
using the Hubble telescope to reflect light off the sun in here.
The lighting keeps reflecting.
Can
off
maybe
of
if I
Doug's-
hold it closer?
Yeah, try that.
I have better lighting here. Can you? No, you can't see that either. Oh, there it is. Okay.
It's
It's
the reflection off of Doug's forehead.
No, it's called "Hello, boys, I'm back." You know, and oh wait, give me the other one.
Yeah.
And it's in stereo. Ooh, okay.
So anyway, we're going to post our call-in number, and we're going to give away one of these signed, autographed Julia Scotti CDs for our third caller, if we get them.
Why don't we make it our first funny caller?
Why don't you just make it your first caller?
Yes.
And if it's one of my relatives, well, they won't call.
Why don't we just put it in an envelope and put some address on it?
There you go.
We'll make up an address.
So, Doc, could you put the phone number up?
Yeah, I'm going to do that now.
Okay.
Well, first I want to see this up on our page, and I don't yet.
And if you're not familiar with Julia Scotti is a very funny comedian. She's been around for a while, and
I've been around since Reagan, actually.
really,
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally, yes. Yeah.
first
Wait, you've
term
been
or
around
second?
longer than since Reagan?
Well,
I was-
doing comedy.
Kennedy died, and
No, I mean doing comedy.
Right.
I started in May of 1980.
I'm fed up.
Really,
with this.
May of 1980.
What the hell kind of show is this where
I'm
you get
going.
up and leave in the middle of a show?
I'm going.
You think you're gonna get past me?
I've got techno. Oh my God!
What is this?
I love you, buddy.
What are you, Gumby?
Yeah, I just need to do some technical stuff.
Where is he going?
He's doing some technical stuff.
But the show is on.
He's very picayune. He's particular.
Okay.
What?
Well, thanks. Welcome to the Julia Scotti show. What happened? My headset went dead.
Really?
What the hell is going on here?
Where did you post the live Facebook feed to?
I can't hear anything. Well, folks, if you ever have a disaster in your neighborhood, you do not want to tune to this
Oh, my
station for
God.
instructions.
No.
Are we still on? No, I don't know why I'm wearing headphones. I can't hear anything.
What?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh,
I can hear you.
I flew in from California to do this show
Are
too.
you
Which-
serious?
yeah.
I got loud all of a sudden.
Well, because he said he couldn't hear. He couldn't hear.
I can't hear.
Well, you know something? it appears that this is only on Thomas Mongelli's Facebook page, maybe.
You're kidding.
Is that where it is? It's not on Tom. There it is.
Okay.
It wasn't. None of this was shared on our Facebook page yet.
All right. Well, it
Now
was
it's
comedy
going to be.
gold if you didn't hear it.
Sounds good to me. You still can't hear?
I can't hear diddly. I'm just gonna put those over there because now I can hear better now that
All
I
right.
would have nothing on my head.
That's
There's
fine.
nothing in my head either. It all started at a small
There's plenty-
$20,000 watt station in Fresno, California.
Was that where did it really start for you in California?
No, that was
or-
Ted Baxter
Okay.
from
So
Where did it start for you?
started at a Chinese restaurant in Paramus, New Jersey called the Jade Fountain. Very first time.
I love that restaurant.
Did you know? You don't know that place.
Sure, I did.
Is it still there?
It might be, yes.
You're
I think it
older than
is.
you look.
I'm 57.
Holy crap. You have such a baby face.
Yeah.
I'm 28.
I don't look my age for two reasons.
You don't?
One, the fat stretches the wrinkles.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And two, I've never been married and never had kids, so I don't have wrinkles.
Well, I've been married. I have kids. I didn't push them out of my body, but you can't hear me?
They've got to hear you.
Well,
I
what
hear
are we
you.
now, like 12 minutes into the show and we haven't done anything?
We did. You don't remember the theme song?
I know, but
That was
nobody
great.
heard it. Can you play it back?
Now we're all.
Get that guy back in here with the drum, with play.
Oh
He
my
could put
God.
it together for us.
So listen,
Yeah.
Julia. While we were at dinner, we started talking comedy,
We did.
and you said, "Doug, shut up. We'll talk about that on the show."
I did.
And normally when I speak, people say "shut up," so I'm very used to it. But anyway, so you want to talk comedy?
I want to talk comedy. Why not? I'm drinking a seltzer.
Oh my God, this is the 2% Jewish.
Salsa.
So Julia found out she's 2% Jewish.
I am 2% Jewish.
So now you've got the. That
So-
was like 100% authentic Yiddish accent. That's
What do you
pretty
think?
good.
I study. I'm a
That's
quick
true.
study.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
What? You don't think
Well,
I could do it?
We could bring back the two old Jews
That's a
having an egg cream.
two old Jews. That's just the two old Jews.
Sadie, did Edith cheat at mahjong again?
I don't know. She cheats at everything. So let's talk comedy. Obviously, we're not
Oh,
accomplishing
so let's
that
see.
at the
Among
moment.
the things we were talking about is horrible comics doing horrible things
Like tonight.
for years and years and years, totally oblivious to the fact that they're not getting laughs.
It's not that I didn't mean to sound so critical when the
We'll say
restaurant.
this was me talking.
No, I had tiramisu in my mouth, and it's hard for me to concentrate, and I just blew some stuff out of my mouth. And I didn't mean blow some stuff out of my mouth. That would be disgusting in an Italian
In
restaurant.
other words, you meant to say wouldn't when you said would. something
That's
like that?
exactly right.
You sure it wasn't tiramisu?
There you go.
Oh, see, what did I tell you about him? You can't say a word without him making problems.
Doing puns. Yeah, he was very complimentary on your punnery.
Oh, really?
Get thee to a punnery.
Did you know that was actually a brothel? Hamlet was telling his, not a nunnery, not a place for nuns, but Hamlet was
Yeah,
telling
no, it was,
Ophelia
it
to
was
get
a
to
whorehouse.
brothel,
Yeah.
That's the way to
Back
get
in the
laughs
day.
through Shakespeare.
That was, well, the nuns were, I guess
They were in a convent.
No, they had extra time on
It was
their
a part-time job.
hands. Okay.
I once
didn't
knew a
say
nun
that.
with a bad habit.
They baked bread.
Tom. Did you
Sorry.
hear that?
What? No, I didn't hear what he said.
I once knew a nun with a bad habit.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Let's talk comedy.
Okay, so it's not so much that they're horrible or oblivious to the fact that they're Doc, get rid of that. That they're oblivious.
Welcome to ADD Theater, folks.
Okay, Julia.
Yeah.
So what do you think about comedy?
I don't know. Lately, not much. I'm trying not to think.
Oh, you know something?
I'm witnessing its death even as we speak.
You know something, and that's
That much
perfectly
I know.
appropriate.
Are these working yet? Hello? Hello?
You know
Help!
something?
No, they're not working. No.
Can we do a quick redo on our beginning, because
Why?
talking about the death of comedy,
Yeah.
This is... okay.
I
don't-
want to.
That's probably why
Like-
the wire got caught.
Why?
The wire got caught.
In
Why,
what?
why a duck?
All right. Oh, and that's too loud now. All right.
Okay,
know
why
what?
don't you just stand there for a while? Here, straight, Doc.
Okay.
Step away from the.
So how much have we raised so far, Doug? Let's look at the total board here.
Timpani, please.
Oh,
And now, Edith Smith and her dancing pigs.
Hey, leave my family out of
So, ladies and gentlemen, we were all a little reluctant when we realized that the second and fourth Tuesday of the month fell on September 11th, which would, for the last 17 years kind of conflicts with the spirit of comedy. So, we want to pass along our thoughts. What do they say? Prayers and wishes. But I will tell you, I heard an NPR story about a woman who was born on this day 17 years ago, and her birthday was really ruined in a lot of ways. And one of the things that she thought would be nice if this was a day for sharing and passing along good spirits. So if you haven't done that yet, the day is drawing to an end. This would be a good time to do it, and maybe get something good from a day that was otherwise
not so good.
Yeah, not so good at all. Yeah. Okay, so do I know how to bring up a room?
Yeah, really.
How could we not acknowledge the day?
You have to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
It's a hard day for a lot of people, myself included.
Yeah.
And since I got here, it's only gotten harder.
I was a teacher when 9/11.
I was my first year teaching, and I started a month after,
Really?
October 1st. Yeah.
I was running the school store at Kennedy High School in Patterson.
Wow.
Patterson, where mother is just half a word.
But
Sorry.
yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so that's that. Our condolences, our thoughts, and for me personally, I hope we use this day for some good, and rather than just have it be an entirely morose, somber day, we can do some good with it.
Right.
And now we can try to like be funny.
Okay.
I would like to know, you started mentioning before how you started in comedy.
Yeah.
And it was at the Jade Fountain, you said?
It was. I was a drummer, actually, before I became a comic. I was a drummer for a long time. And
Really?
Yeah, that's how I started out. And I saw an ad for this brand new thing called a stand-up comedy show. There weren't any in New Jersey at the time.
Really?
And the guy, whose name was Hal Ennis, was starting this thing called Comedy Caravan. And literally it was a caravan. He was bringing comics, trucking them in from New York City. And to fill the seats, he would hire, he had a couple of locals on the show. But you had to audition for the show.
Okay.
So I went and I auditioned. I dressed as Moses. And
Did you know you were 2% Jewish at the time?
I did not. It was just an all instinct with me.
Oh, my God.
But I walked in, I had the long Charlton Heston hair and the robes, and I was carrying the Ten Commandments. And it was a satire on Ten Commandments hair coloring for men. Which, by the way, if you don't know, I'm transgender, so it was apropos at the time. And that was, I did maybe, I think, 2 or 3 minutes. I got some laughs, and that was it. That's all she wrote. I was hooked.
Wow.
Yeah, it's worse.
So you must have gotten a laugh.
I did, actually. Yeah, well, they told me I did anyway. I was too nervous.
I've learned that's why I record myself, because sometimes I'll leave thinking I didn't do that well, and I'll watch the tape and I'll.
Oh no, I knew I just didn't care. I just was so nervous that I just wanted to get a laugh.
That's funny.
Yeah.
My first time, I wasn't nervous at all because I'd been a stand-up corporate trainer for 25 years.
Yeah, but
and that led to other problems.
But I did a lot of prompts when I started. Because I had no jokes.
Yeah.
I had no material. I was
Julia, you can continue on in comedy like that for like 20 years
As a
without
prop act?
anything. No, with no material at all.
I've done it so far. Yeah, you told me over dinner I wasn't funny.
Oh yeah, I also told you that I hated you, and I want to talk about that.
All right.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, because I hate you right now, so why not?
Just now?
Turnabout is fair play.
So I'm talking to my girlfriend and her dad, and she brings up that Julia's going to be on our show, and I said I hated Julia, and she looked at me because she doesn't get my sense of humor. And I said, I started to hate Julia when she did this live Facebook feed. She's in a parking lot, driving her car, live feeding it, and she's like, and you can correct me, but I think it was something like, "What's with people when you see a stop sign? Stop! Stop!"
Well,
And everybody, I loved that everybody cracked up, and you did another one today. Lenny, when's recycling? Lenny. And there's nothing. She gets laughs, and people go, "Oh, you're the best. Oh, you made me laugh." And I'm like, and I'm looking for where the funny, there's no funny in it except the funny in Julia.
It's the delivery.
I made a pact with Satan. I didn't want to tell you at the time, but
You and, who was that? Hall and Oates. We were also
and who was the old the devil and Daniel Webster? Me and Daniel Webster and
I made a pact. I thought I made a pact with Satan. It turned out to be Santa.
well,
I thought that was going to go in a food direction.
I didn't know where it was going.
I still don't know.
I don't know where any of this is going. I know where my
It's gonna
career
go-
is going at the moment.
Down the
It's gonna
crapper.
It's only 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll give you the light at. We'll give you the light
And
at
if we're
25.
going on the other side of the earth, it's yesterday still. This hasn't even happened. There's still time for me to run. Okay, so
If you could build a time machine, what time would you go to?
4:30.
Okay, that was I'm a great straight man. 10:30. I know what you're. Yeah. Okay.
all right. So we're talking about comedy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't love you. Oh, and also I don't hate Julia. I love her, and I tell her this repeatedly. Near the end of my divorce, I was still living at home. I heard her do a bit about a blind date picking her up on a date. He was a baker, and he brought her a bag of a dozen bagels. And
Which, on the way Doug tells it, is nowhere even close to being funny.
except Julia said, "Who brings bagels on a date?" And that it was like 20 years of laughter that hadn't came out.
I'm glad. I'm happy
for like
for
almost
you.
like a week or two. I kept on
No,
thinking about it.
that's
And
nice
it was
to
such
hear.
the stupidest thing. Who
All of my-
brings bagels on a date?
All of my
And that's
act is
funny.
stupid. Everything I do is stupid.
It isn't. It's really brilliant. You have wonderful material.
Well, wait, keep talking.
Yeah, you have great. And listen, you can do authentic material that not everybody else can do.
This is true. I had to, yeah. Well, everybody should do authentic material. If you're a comedian, everything you
Thank
do
you.
should be authentic. Everything
It
you do
is.
should be authentic.
It is up until the end, right? I twist. We
Yeah.
talked about that. One of the first times we talked about the story all begins in the beginning, and you twist it a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't always have to, but
The point of view is, everybody sees things. We all see the same things. It's just when you turn your lens a little bit, you get your original point of view, and that takes a long time to develop. Must you rattle those ice cubes while I'm? Jesus Christ! Haven't we had enough
I'm
distractions?
trying
here
to
today?
distract from the technological
I would have
problem.
brought my maracas.
Wait,
if
yeah,
I
anybody
know.
got anything else here? We got the castanets.
Tom, he actually has little. Did you bring your sound buttons?
I
with
didn't
the-
bring my
Oh,
sound.
great!
Oh, yeah.
Because you have a sound button.
I have several sound buttons.
What? All right,
Different sounds.
all right. Like what?
I can make sounds for you.
Wow. Tom, I never knew you had that talent.
Oh yeah, I'm a big drip.
You guys want me to leave?
Tom and I took our first comedy class together, and I loved him,
Believe it or not,
and I don't know if he loved me or not, but
And
he
it-
was the only one in the class I really liked and whose humor I appreciated, and we've been friends for 6.5 years now,
yeah, as far as anyone knows.
as far as anyone knows.
You want me to move? You can slide over. And it's like a really bad middle-aged porno movie here we get to. Just old people, like senior citizen porn.
And you know what would attract them? The name is really hot. Funny Talk with MONGELLI and
Yeah,
Matt.
really?
That,
Hot funny talk with the jelly and Matt. There's the theme song again. I'll record that for you later on.
okay.
I'm looking
So,
around.
ladies
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
gentlemen, it's thank you for joining us tonight.
Why are we coming
We
apart?
should begin to wrap up, and we'll get like a second wind. We only got 40 minutes to go.
Okay.
You want to wrap? You want to pretend like the show ended, or we just
And then we just go into
start all over again?
Wow, that show was horrible, wasn't it, guys?
Well, how about this studio audience, Doug?
Julia, for some lucky studio audience member, they'll be able to win. They'll be able to win.
Do you really think they're going to want this after this?
Ladies and gentlemen, call in
Hello,
609-807-2492. We're going to post the number up. If you call up and can answer our questions appropriately, you'll win. Hello, boys. I'm back. Julia Scotti's latest comedy CD.
It's my only comedy CD.
And the latest.
Yeah, okay.
Hot off the press. I don't know if they make. Do they make a CD on a press?
I don't know, Doug. I really use the Google machine.
Doc knows how they make.
Oh, maybe we can have a show on that.
Okay, so Julia, let's see. What else can we talk about in the comedy world?
Anything, Doug.
There have been a lot of comedy controversies going on that we don't have to talk about, so let's not talk about them.
Why would you bring something like that up then, if you don't want to talk about it?
I realized it probably wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, that was like like you're goading me into talking about it, and then
Hold up! Whoa, none of that.
help.
So did you have a favorite?
Doug, decaf.
I'm sorry, it's Wild Cherry Pepsi.
He had 2 espressos over at the
Oh
restaurant.
God, that's it. He's up till next Thursday.
There's one of my pet peeves. People who say espresso.
Yeah.
I'll have the espresso.
What exit is that?
Scusi, vuoi un espresso? Per favore.
It's espresso.
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 All right, boy, now we covered that.
What else grinds your gears,
How about that Pope?
bastard?
Let's see. Okay. Do you have any questions you want to ask? Perhaps?
Tell us about your experience on America's Got Talent.
Oh, did you mention that I was on America's Got Talent?
No, why do you ask?
Because you want me to tell you about my experience on it. All right, folks, I'm going to commandeer the show at this point. For those of you who don't have the home game and can't decode what either one of these guys is saying, a couple of years ago, I was on America's Got Talent. I did pretty good. I got to the quarterfinals, and then they threw me off, which was fine. But it was a nice run, and it rejiggered my career.
Rejiggered.
Yeah, because I was away for 10 years.
The password is rejiggered.
Okay, so now that we're up to speed.
You are wonderful on America's Got
Thank you.
Talent. And everybody I know, listen, I know every New Jersey comic was glued to the set, and we loved. And you couldn't tell us when you were on, so we had to watch like four America's Got Talent.
I know, but I would give you the wink. I would give you the
I know.
the wink.
I know. Oh, and also, so there's a documentary. I believe it's somewhere between here and there. So please tell us about.
Which is the name of the documentary? Somewhere between here and there.
It's a
It
great
chronicles
name.
my surgery. There is a documentary being made. It's on my life. It's been in the works for like 2 years. Because I keep getting older, so they have to keep adding more to it. No, there is
There's
actually
only one solution, and it's not a
I
good
know.
one.
It's currently in post-production. Well, hopefully it'll be out next year. I'm very excited about it. I'm not producing or directing it. So
By the way, Doug's going to be out next year, too.
Doug's
He's having
directing.
a big party about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broadcasting legend Doug Max.
Yes.
From high atop the State Farm Insurance Building in beautiful downtown. What town is
Boise.
Robbinsville.
Boise.
Robbinsville. I used to fly into this airport, Robbinsville Airport, right?
Really?
Is there an airport here? Yeah. I had my pilot's license.
Oh,
I did.
Wow.
I flew out of Lakewood.
that's so cool. I always wanted to do that.
I did too, but I had to steal a plane. No, I did. I actually I got my pilot's license, and I used to land right here in Robbinsville sometimes.
Wow.
It wasn't what I was aiming for, but I wound up here anyway. I was going to Blairstown because they had a little
They had
coffee.
riches.
No, Blairstown up in North Jersey, the airport up there. This is like the most expensive pie I ever had because you had to rent the plane and get gas. But they had the best apple pie at this restaurant in Blairstown Airport.
What was the
It-
restaurant?
It was, I don't know, the
had a
Blairstown
friend that-
Airport restaurant. I don't know. What the hell difference does it make?
That's I can't-
I'm talking about the Pie, not the. It's a little coffee shop right on the airport.
Okay.
Jesus Christ! Why do I have to get?
How
into
long do you still fly?
Do I still fly? No, I can't
pilot?
afford it anymore. No.
It's expensive. I had a neighbor who flew.
Yeah.
And I remember once we flew out to see the New York skyline at dusk, and we're heading back to Morristown. And I'll never forget, he said, "Do you see a green and white strobe? Do you see a green and white strobe?" So he was looking for the Morristown strobe, and for that moment,
Oh, yeah.
until he saw it. We're flying at night, and as far as I know, he doesn't know where we're
No,
going.
I got lost. Oh, that's the most horrible feeling in the world. Like when I was training, you get to go on what's called a long solo. You do a triangular pattern, in your long solo. And I went up to Blairstown. That was the first leg, and then I had to fly down to Maryland, and then back up to Jersey. Well, I get on the second leg, I get lost going to Maryland. I kind of knew where I was. But I also kind of knew I was right near the Aberdeen Proving Grounds, and if do you know what they are? Yeah, and it's where the military tests missiles.
And you're like,
Jesus.
great, they're gonna think I'm a drone.
Yes. So I put on my pilot's voice. I go, Dover, I'd like a Vector. Where am I? Well, I mean, back then too, the Otto and George in front of a crowd like that. Because they'd come into I guess it was on a tour or something.
Back then too, the Otto and George.
What the hell am I hearing?
Like that.
Oh my God, am I dead? Am I hearing myself? What is that?
Don't go near the light.
I know what that is.
What the?
No, nothing but professionalism. I swear.
That's our other show. That's on the first and third Wednesdays. Nothing but professionalism with Mongelli and Max.
And remember, vintage seltzer, available for home delivery.
Still good. 50 years later.
Call-
Vintage.
Call Murray Hill 50005 for
But wait.
free delivery.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, really? Oh God, there's more.
So, in case Julia forgot, she will also be appearing this Friday night at Wisecrackers Comedy Club in...
Allentown.
And the night after, Reactors Comedy Club in...
Westchester, PA.
So local, Julia Scotti local.
I just want to point out to all of our many listeners,
Both of them.
In Ethiopia and Holland.
I could have worked any of the Chesters, but I chose Westchester because it's the best Chester. And our number is 609-807-2492. We're only on for another 2.5 days, so
Keep those calls and postcards coming in.
Doug, do you have anything you want to plug while we're plugging?
I don't know if I have
And keep it
anything
clean.
coming up. Oh, I'll be appearing tomorrow morning in the kitchen, making my 95-year-old war hero, former slave dad breakfast.
Okay. Do you take him out of the chains?
I do material for him.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hasn't he suffered enough?
I think I have some shows coming up, but nothing is ringing. I'll look at my calendar later and we'll see if I've got anything.
I've got a couple I'd like to plug. This Saturday, the 15th, I'll be at the Honor Flight Comedy Show in Seaville, New Jersey.
Good for you.
Thank you.
is that with Joey Novick?
Yes,
Yeah,
Joey
okay.
Novick. And Friday, 9/21, I'll be at Tommy Fox's Public House up in Bergenfield, I think it is. Yeah.
Which is, it's better than Tommy Fox's private house
Yeah, well,
because that's where he takes you down the basement.
yeah, I'm not falling for that again.
Makes you dance like a hula girl with a grass skirt on you.
So in that time, I do have a show.
Oh,
September 4th at the Duplex.
the Duplex. Where is
Somewhere-
that, pray
September
tell?
4th.
Somewhere in New
Today's
York
the 11th.
City.
You missed it.
October.
You said September 4th.
Okay, well, I missed that one, but I'm also going to be there October 4th.
Back by popular demand. 'cause
It says
you said September 4th.
Yeah, but look, you see why I was confused.
I see how you made the mistake.
So did the Booker.
Tom,
Who books the duplex?
Booker, I don't even know.
some idiot, obviously. Who books that from you, Julia?
I love the duplex.
I can't remember. I've never been there. I'm looking forward
Oh,
to
it's
it. I talked my way onto the show, as I often do.
all right.
I plied him with my videotape, my funny videotape. I got one.
Who is him? That's what I'm asking.
I can't remember. Oh boy. Some guy. With excellent taste. His name is Sib, and he's originally from Dallas, Texas, is all I can tell you. If you Google Sib, you'll find him. Anyway, I'm very excited to be on the show, and I hope you both will come and join me.
Sid, isn't that sudden infant
Sib.
death string?
Sib.
SIBB.
Oh, Sid.
Like sibling, which is sudden infant
Babbling.
babbling. There you go. Or sudden infant breastfeeding.
Okay.
That's the.
Well, if you spell feeding with a B.
All right. Do you clean these off after every show? All right, because I mean, are they like bowling shoes where it's just
Tom,
Yes.
I've got the antiseptic wipes in my
do
briefcase.
you put them
if
under
you
the
wanna-
purple light?
I'm not going
No,
in your
okay.
man purse.
God knows what kind of stuff crawled in my ear when I tried them on earlier. Probably be like Mr. Chekhov in Star Trek when they pull out the giant beetle out of his friggin' ear and my career will be over.
You reminded me in college we did a farce of Star Trek called Star Trek. I was scotchy. I was carrying a bottle of scotch and drinking the whole time. the transporter was the bathroom stall. We'd freeze the camera and flash the lights and then disappear and then film it again. When the door opened, we were gone. But Lieutenant Uhura, the communications officer, she held a magic marker in her ear to be that communicator.
What college did you go to?
Washington University in St. Louis, which is got to be a much better school after I left.
It is a good school.
It's a very
right?
good
It's a
school.
well-known school.
But when I went there, I'm thinking, I got there, how good could it be? But when I left, I realized, man, this is a really good school.
Yeah, it's a good. A lot of famous people.
You
came out
know
of that
who
school.
went there? Joan Weisblatt.
That's
Was
right.
in
She
a
did.
year ahead
Yeah.
of me.
That's right.
She was a year ahead of me.
Yeah, a lot of amazing people.
And everybody talked about her in college, too. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
You know what, Doug? I just wanted to. I think we should bring up the fantastic show we both went to see on Sunday.
Oh, we absolutely should. What was the name of that show again?
It was called An Evening with Groucho,
Oh, that's right.
and it starred Frank Ferrante, who was
was
on
on
our show
The
2
week
episodes
before.
ago.
And listen, if